So, welcome to a potentially brief part 2 of today's stream. Today's a very long stream. We're not going to be on for exceptionally long, depending on the levels themselves, but I first wanted to show you a level by Greenstar C, who is a maker who is new to the YMM projects this year with 5YMM, and who has, in fact, uploaded already. But as you can see, First Clear has already been taken away by Kaito, who seems to take first clears on everything. But we're going to look at a slightly older one from back in April. This is called Yami the Last Ghost House. Do you fear the darkness? Epilepsy warning, strobe lights. Something to take seriously if any of you do potentially have problems with that. And I don't remember what N4KT is. I do know that I have seen that tag on other levels that people have submitted here before, so maybe somebody can remind me if you actually recall. Anyway, Supernova's got a record on this one. That is certainly a sign that we're in for something interesting. And as far as the code goes, I'll give you Greenstar's maker code. Do be aware that before the official trailer and announcement goes up, that the 5YMM codes are not final. Sometimes there can be some last-minute swaps, but here's the maker code for Greenstar C. And this is just the second most recent level, Yami the Last Ghost House. Let's play. And okay, looks like it's going to be death everywhere once again. And doors. Doors and crosses. Jamie the one and only, we're doing fine. This stream is a bit of a longer session than usual. We just did a viewer level segment, and now we're doing a 5YMM maker preview. In fact, I totally forgot to update my stream title to reflect that fact. We'll take just a moment to remember to do that. There's one thing I forgot in the midst of all those other administrative duties. And that's taken care of. So let's continue. Okay, so we have a couple of entrances. We have green pipe. Yellow pipe is exit only. Red pipe as our third option. Let's just begin with green. Okay, bit of light platforming here. We needed to go up onto the platform on the left against that wall, of course, to buy some time before we drop over to the fish bones, but let's go back and do it. And down we go. Nope, bumped my head there, and that's going to affect my positioning. And yeah, so Jamie, hope you're doing well also. And that your stream has also been lively recently. Yeah, Greenstar, I have kind of seen around by reputation. I haven't really played very many of his older levels, I think, but a lot of people have recommended Greenstar's levels to me before, so it's nice to take a proper look at some of the older ones that I can finish in a reasonable amount of time, I hope. Okay. Just a little bit ahead for the thwomp there. I do see that there was that blue pipe up top, and I don't think that was quite reachable for me because that's just where the fish bones are spawning. And yeah, glad to hear, Jamie, that the streams have been great for you on your end as well. Did we go through the door twice? Let's come back here. Or, oh, I see. No. We're past something. Yeah, no, this is just the main hub room. Just momentarily inattentive here. Okay, there we go. And then we need to stay low a little bit longer before the Thwomp comes in. So Thwomps have been sniping me a bit so far, but that's because I've sometimes been midair and unable to react. But we know that's coming. We'll try to play around it. Yeah, definitely a very good-looking dark level so far, which is definitely not always the case. I think it's quite a challenge to be building a platformer level of this pace in the dark theme. And yet we are managing. Things are just lit up enough with the coins that we don't mind consuming, since we're only going to see them once and quickly anyway. So yeah, we'll try that again. And have I not been paying attention to what's going on with... Oh, I see. No, I just assumed that these doors were symmetrical, and I think that's actually not the case. Yeah, they don't actually get you into the same pair, which raises the question, where does this one go? Okay, no. We have kind of a front of the house and a back of the house. That's what's going on here, and it's in the interior that we're going to do this. I think the back of the house is just for aesthetic completeness. I am trying to pull back on that before the Thwomp comes in, but the Thwomp being on a track fairly close to the start of that zone, I think it's just timed with when you spawn in. And so we'll just need to adjust to that accordingly. Okay, down we go. Thwomp goes up. Grab this thing. We should probably have a key at some point. I don't see where the key was supposed to be obtained, so let's do that segment in case there's a block that I need to hit, or if I just needed to hit that last question block repeatedly a bit more. Possibly there is some kind of order that is enforced where we need to check the red pipe first, but that would hopefully not be the case. It could also be something to do with the pink coins, but I haven't seen any evidence of that in this zone so far. So let's try this again. Yeah, because I wasn't collecting all the coins exhaustively. That's something that we should keep in mind. So, where was the key then? Ah, okay. Alright, we completed that. That might have been a bad idea. That's okay, we'll just do a partial completion on this one. I think it's just for lights, though. Those are just chandeliers. And you're meant to not interact with the P-switches because they are just there to light up the night. Okay, that's going to dunk you. And now we have a mole chase, followed by this. And thank you for the follow. From, oh look, it's Greenstar. How convenient. And yeah, Greenstar, I hope you're doing well, playing this one and enjoying this effect so far. Okay, just moving around, listening to the sounds, and we die. Didn't get a good look at where we were positioned here, but let's try this once again. So we entered the boo. That's clearly supposed to be a boo. And entered the only available key door, followed by whatever's going on here. Maybe we should just hold still for a moment and let everything happen. Yeah, it looks like I am being repositioned into the next screen. That's going to show me where the boos are located and then mask everything quickly. So let's try to reposition. Oh, whoops, no, we wanted to go through the key door. That's important to know. So, yeah, we'll just redo that. Okay, key door. And let's try it. And yeah, everything's going to break. I'm sure there's some kind of lengthy repositioning sequence where I shouldn't move too much. And then we have to deal with the blinking here. On-off switch, yeah, we'll tap that and go. Lots of effects here that are taking advantage of the lighting system in this game. And yeah, everything blinked off, and then I saw at the last moment that we have the bones to jump over to. Yeah, so some of this, I think when it goes dark, there is a bit of an expectation that you wait to be repositioned, but then... well, we'll see what we can do. Looks like that is the player-activated trigger, jumping within proximity to that box. And yeah, dodge this boo. So we just have a moment to, whoops, read what's going on here before we need to act. So you do need to react fairly quickly based on the little visual information that you're given. But I think in general, if we are in the dark, holding still until we're given some additional information is probably the best idea. Scroll break on the right side, obviously. Things are going to cart you around, bounce you everywhere. And then this will be revealed. As will this. Yeah, need to play partly blind going into that, and then we'll just hold right going into this and enter the bottom pipe, which will give us an exit over here, and possibly this will now give me a different key door entirely. Yes, indeed. That's how the level is going to progress. So yeah, this kind of tech was seen in a few levels before. We saw it in a Picktop's Poison level last week, I think. And also one older one by Loop and Snoop a while back. And also a lot of cinematic levels, like cutscene levels that use this to, you know, cart you around when the player doesn't have visibility. We need to hit the on-off switches in alternation. We just need to count for the blinking. And also for the fact that the on-off switches can push you off to the side, which is going to potentially cause complications if we're not careful. Yeah, very unique dark boss fight, though. I haven't seen anything quite like this in terms of the blinking effect being used for a boss sequence where you have just enough information to do a bit of pattern reading, but... yeah, we'll be given a mushroom over here. And then we'll see how this is going to go. There's an initial on-off switch to get everything set to off. Looks like the boos are just doing this on a circuit. Yeah, Green Star's level for 5YMM, as you may have seen from the upload screen, or from the level select screen rather, is something to do with wormholes, so I think we can actually expect probably something else with a similar teleportation tech going on here. And as we can see, it's already being used to a very polished purpose over here in this one, apart from the Thwomp Snipes earlier, which of course we just learned to play around. Yeah, should time ourselves around a Boo on top of the switches as well. Lots of moving targets everywhere to consider. Okay, up we go. And here we'll tap this and this. Nope, didn't read that Boo very accurately. We'll just go back and try it again. So chat now works. Yeah, Green Star. I guess maybe you had some problems with it earlier, and we had some chat connectivity problems on my side a few streams ago, actually, earlier this week, but I don't think I've missed too many messages today because my connection seems to have been stable, but something is going on with Twitch's chat connection, which I think is... I mean, it's all separate, it's all on IRC, I think, in terms of how it works in the back end. Oh, whoops. Hit the Boo once again. A bit of a problem on mobile, I see. Well, glad to have you here and chatting, Green Star. I'm very happy to show this one off, too. This has been a fun level. Quite a lot to look at or not look at, depending on whether the lights are on. And yeah. You need to tread a little bit carefully, but everything here in terms of the spacing of the Boos in this fight is actually pretty visible. Just need to maintain a bit of a persistence of vision here to really play through this concept. I assume we just keep tapping the on-off switches back and forth until something happens. It seems like it's that kind of fight. Given that I don't see any other way to interact with King Boo. And yes, indeed, we have the star now. And then we take the crown. Light overflow on tracks, yes. Yeah, to get the full darkness, just to put you at the light source limit. I don't remember off the top of my head how the light source limit works, but I do remember reading into it when looking at some levels that do similar trickery. But anyway, that one was a ton of fun. I'm glad to have you here to drop by to see a little bit of that. Yeah, we're running the stream quite long. I usually try to show a few levels by each maker, but we might need to zip through a few quickly here just to get more done. But at some point, Green Star will definitely rotate a few more of yours in on top of the 5YM level that is coming this week, of course. And 63 Boo-hoo sickles on tracks go up and down, I see. Okay, just give me one moment. We're going to spin up something else entirely. And certainly looking forward to the wormhole level this week. So we're going to show off a maker from South Korea, also somebody who is new to 5YMM this year, but who is a fairly major maker in the Korean scene, which it has been very nice to see included this year. Chirisu has already uploaded the 5YMM level as well, the Chaser, which has a hyperspeed warning. And yeah, Green Star, I do try to showcase content like this on my stream when I can. We did it last year with 4YMM when we did it as a totally separate program, apart from viewer levels. Today I kind of have to keep it short because we had a viewer level stream take up the first few hours, and I'm already running far over time. But it's always nice to get a sense of people's style before you play some new content by them. And then I can maybe provide a better explanation of what their maker techniques are usually like. I'm just going to point my translation engine here very quickly, just in case this tells me anything else in Korean that is not already revealed about the Beatles. Just give me a moment here to point to machine translation at this. I think it just says... this is bulletproof something. I'm not exactly sure. It might also be some kind of song translation or something to do with Beatles, but anyway, let's play it. Let's see how it goes. So Chirisu is a Korean maker who's also involved with Team Jamp. Lots of levels on this list that have the TJ tag. And so that's definitely a very jampy level indeed, as you can see, right off the start. And B-Minutes, welcome. Okay, let's try to get some of that timing down properly in the later segments here. And we'll eventually get that. It's not anything particularly difficult from a technical perspective. Just a lot of spacing on these moving targets that we should be watching out for. Yeah, that's going to go fairly smoothly, of course, accounting for how the little buddy there is going to turn around at the very end. Okay, pop that guy and this guy. And we'll be able to continue. Okay, through the pipe we go. I don't know about that guy that was in the bottom right there, whether that was relevant to anything, but... Okay, that was reasonably satisfying considering how quickly we were reading that blindly on short notice. Okay. Through we go. Yeah, I should remember, of course, that they do turn around at the end. I was looking ahead at the claw and not really thinking about where I was in the moment, which might be a bit of a problem. Now, even if you are a little bit late leaving at the start, everything resynchronizes as you scroll the camera forward, which is nice. And I'm going to totally miss having overcompensated for the problem that we encountered on the last pass. And here we go. We have a little bit of time to read this until the... Oh, okay, the piranha is just going to sink. And it's the same kind of thing as before, actually, with the Goomba on the right side, just matching the decoration in the first part to add a bit of decoration and a bit of flavor that is carried forward between both zones. Yeah, but that does mean that this is a little bit time sensitive in terms of how long we have to move before the piranhas all sink on us. Oh, that's interesting. And that's just going to laugh at me. Yeah, it didn't look like I was going to be dunked there, but we'll grab Yoshi, and that's going to be over in a jiffy, so. Yeah, nice and dynamic demonstration of what this sort of jump level is all about. We probably have time for one more of these, given that that was fairly quick. Let's take a look at Pau Kur, another short one. And once again, I'm going to see if the translation engine reveals anything about the Korean text, but it might just give me something nonsensical, given that it is just a machine translation. It says, Fly Superboard, Italian Day Thief Mario, something like that. I don't know. It's going to be similar to taking POWs and not breaking them, I'm sure. So let's take a peek at this one. Okay. POWs all over the place. In SMP1, we're not going to be grabbing anything, obviously. As usual, I've pretty much forgotten the description as soon as I entered the level, but I think it's self-explanatory. Let's not hit the POWs. I do need a higher bounce off that to get on the upper level, but we can do that soon enough. Okay. Up we go. I just need to navigate this a little bit more carefully with a shorter jump on that first stack. Down here. Up in the mole. We somehow missed the on-off switch because I didn't kick the shell to the right side. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that on the next attempt, perhaps. There we go, much better. Cycle around all that, hit that. And we'll take this POW, come up on this one, and get out of here pretty smoothly. So. And it did require that you take the key. That was a bit of a key check at the very end. SD luck there if you don't. And yeah, we'll just maintain height over that jump. That should be fairly clear. Yeah, lots of visibility on rounding that bend just with that track, which is probably more instruction than we need, but at least it looks very clean. And so it doesn't really get in the way of anything else in terms of visibility. I feel like I do need to get in there from the left, but probably on an earlier cycle when the POW is bobbing downwards. Nope, not quite. Okay, tap this. Not quite doing that either. Yeah, we can wrap around the right side, actually. That's going to work out much better. 3 hits on the on-off switch, I guess. That's what it is. To unstack the munchers, probably. totally didn't process that number 3 in any meaningful fashion. Okay. And then that spawns an additional mushroom on the pipe, so we need to go down to the yellow pipe to grab that mushroom after 3 taps. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't read that very carefully. Yes, it is, because you need to unblock the pipe. Mushroom comes out of the pipe, you go down there, you damage boost after having unstacked all of those munchers. Get back onto POWs for the next segment here. Then we'll be able to head up there pretty smoothly. Okay, time for segment number 3, where we don't do something. Don't move. It's an auto segment. Okay. And here's the POW bounce on top of Piranha Plants. We'll recognize that from the 4YMM level by Tino last year, in fact. The Prancing POW Playground. Same kind of concept, except there it was interactive. And it looks like we have a bonus room at the back before we do anything like grab the flag, anything silly like that. And yeah, this is just a Super Ball joke, or JK credits page. And that's going to send me to the bottom. Okay. I mean, the top of the flag was already available. There weren't really many other options unless we came back out the same pipe. Okay, pretty nice parkour, so that hopefully gives you a bit of a sense of what we might be able to expect from the Chaser, which is going to have some hyperspeed element to it. And so, we'll find out about that soon enough when we play through the 5YMM levels in a few days. Let's spin up something else. I'm not going to go through every maker who has something out this week. And yeah, Mega Tepet we actually played lots of last year. And I don't know if I have much to show that we haven't already done, because I played Mega Tepet's profile considerably. Maybe we'll have something here. Yeah, okay. I've found some by Mega Tepet that we haven't done, so let's do one. This is one on the easier side. This is from April of last year, right after the 3.0 patch. It's called Manny's Fun Bowling. The primary targets are marked. Re-enter rooms to try again. As you can see, it's a low depth level that has some kind of mechanic that you can retry a few times. Mega Tepet, I have played the Get a Life series previously. And those were also very good examples of high clear rate levels that were still very mechanically engaging. So let's try this one. I think I've done Ghost in a Shell Green Star, but we might keep a lookout for that too, just in case. Reach the goal after defeating all one Boom Boom. Yeah, because Mega Tepet also had a traditional sort of 1% super world that was a lot of fun. And that's what the bowling is going to be. It's using the mole throw with SMB2 that's we'll need to reset through because we didn't quite get a strike. Nice, okay. So this level is a little over a year old. This is from April 2020, if you are looking for it on the profile. Now, I don't know if order here is going to matter particularly, but yeah, I guess the bounce here is going to cleanly take out the rest, we hope. Nope. Let's try it again. Yeah, I guess it's a red block that tells me which Pokey holds the key, so let's try top first. And let's actually try top again. No, because I think the mole will just clean through. Yeah, that's not going to work, but that's okay. We can pick it up again and again and try it out down here. Yeah, not quite. Need to aim a little bit better. And maybe he was inspired by one of your similar levels. That would have been interesting. Yeah, mole throws, I find, are a pretty fun concept in general. We've played a few by a number of different makers. The one I always remember as actually the one by Lecter, Foot Race with Rocky to Rapid. Highly recommend that one if you like mole throws. And there were some recent ones by Supernova as well that were quite good. Like a lot of mole levels that came out this year. We've done this room already. Let's go back. Yeah, it might just be an accuracy issue here for me in terms of getting everything to bounce nicely. There we go. Right on the head. Okay, moving targets. And then I don't know who's holding what, so... Oh yeah, it's just the Goom at the end. That came up cleanly. So yeah, this is quite nice in terms of having a very gentle opportunity to be doing some mole deflections all over the place. And I seem to remember there was a really interesting mole chaining puzzle in one of the levels by Tetraterix or Four Wings. And let's see here. But yeah, the mole chaining is just wonderful. One impressive thing about this level is that it came out very quickly after the patch that introduced the SMB2 mushroom, and so the fact that Megatemp had caught on to some of the possibilities with SMB2 and the mole just very quickly. It's quite impressive that a level like this was turned out at this level of polish just put in a few days. We need to try to high bounce here. I think we need to watch this pattern a little bit better so we can actually manipulate all three platforms. There we go, that's much better. And yeah, Green Star, I know you got the whole Olympics series, that's true. We can go back and take a look at that since you're here, in fact. I'm just going to check one other thing first, but we'll see. Just give me a moment. We'll just go through our massive pile and see if we can bring something up here. And yeah, Green Star, I definitely wouldn't have played this one. I know I was kind of saving some of your Olympic Games series, but let's take a look. Olympic Games shot put. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy after throwing many balls. And whoops. Okay, SMB2. And yeah, this is stadium seating. That's what it is. The Olympic Stadium. Okay. Whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that. Let's see, was it mushroom out of a pipe? I'm trying to recall. Oh, maybe not. It was on the track. Okay, so that might be it already. We might have to just restart the Olympics. Without getting shot in the face at the Olympics this time. Okay, shot put, here we are. And then we'll chain it all the way over, but not all the way over to the plant just yet. We need to let everything fill out first. Pipe spawns shrooms, okay. Good to know that. I was just standing in the wrong location for that then. And oh, this pipe here, I see. And then, yeah, we do want to load everything first. This might have been a bad idea. That's okay, we'll load in all the Goombas. I see that you do speed up the pipes near the end, so maybe that wasn't strictly necessary. We're just going to get a nice chain going quickly, though. And then I'm going to have issues standing here. Let's grab SMB2 one more time. Oh, it's down here, okay. Grab this first, take damage, take it again. And let's chain this properly this time. In fact, let's reload through this room so we can get the cannons to line up nicely, and yeah, we'll not be able to preload the Goombas, but let's let all the pipes drop them in, and then that should do the trick. There we go. Once we get through the door. And then it will be a vine climb all the way across to try to scroll over here. How is going to get you out? Here's a checkpoint. And then on-off switch. Okay, that's for my purposes in terms of unblocking this blaster and then doing some kind of platforming across, I'm sure. What's going to spawn here? Bullet. Okay. I may not have been able to keep pace here. Oh, no. Yes, I did. That's just fine. And we'll ride this out. Okay, drag this. And then, the interesting setup here with the thwomp stacks. Yeah, we need to run across and lower the thwomps first, and then we will need to reset this just because of the death of the Koopas. Let's grab the cannonball first. I don't see any particular problem with that. I think we actually need to throw and then outrun. That's the way we'll do it. Nope, not fast enough. But we'll reset through here again and try that. There we go. And we needed to delay the last one a little bit to actually monitor its timing. Nope, too far in that shot. Don't need that much forward momentum going into it. Nope, too late. Just need to find that sweet spot. Not quite. Yeah, there's a little bit of fluctuation in the Koopas, of course. Let's not do that massive forward throw. Nope, still throwing too far. Yeah, just need to align myself a little more accurately for this one. We got very close, I just don't have the timing right for the last one just yet. And that's not bouncing high enough to catch the Koopa in the middle, so... Just need to find out how to adjust here and there, just to get everything to bounce nicely. Hopefully fast enough. Nope. Yeah, definitely the hardest one yet. There we are. And that gets you the key. Okay. Looks like we need to unblock the on-off switch so we have more pipe spawns. Yeah, that one worked out quite well. I think the pipes do act fast enough when they are on screen to give you everything you need. And here's some more. Okay, it looks like this one will involve... whoops. Didn't mean to go through there. Let's push back here. So we can do a bit more of this bonus segment. And yeah, we just need to hit more on-off switches in order to redo all of that. So let's reset this. I do want to see if we can do it. Okay. And, nope, not quite. Once we start running low on time, I'll move forward past this one, but it would be nice to figure it out. I think I'm probably hitting the switch too soon here. No, the on-off switch here is just to align the first shot. We can probably... Yeah, we should probably race over to the on-off switch in the center rather than hitting this one that's at the very start. Because that's just to align the first shot to make sure the state starts with off at the very beginning. Nice. Okay. Here we go. Well, that was reasonably satisfying. And that's the finish. Go through the other pipe to restart at the start of the room. Ah, okay, that's what that pipe was about, so. And thank you for the follow. And yeah, Green Star, we'll have to do more of the Olympic series at some point. I did see that you had the whole large set there that I hadn't played before. We might only have time for maybe one or two more. Some of these makers I've shown off very exhaustively before. And like we show Lecter levels and Megatoro levels here all the time, but so we might do one or two. So just give me one moment, I'll spin something up. And I'm glad you enjoy the stream. Great and mighty Waffle Captain. So, Megatoro's upload is also now up. New Donk Nightmare again. We'll be seeing that soon enough. But we'll look at a recent one that I hadn't played. This is Sidestepping on Water. 1.5% or so. I'm just going to try to do the machine translation of the Japanese to see if this reveals anything. Yeah, Megatoro had the unfortunate distinction of having a 4YMM level last year nuked by Nintendo, I think, because of some really interesting tech that was going on with cannon stacking, and that was unfortunate because that level was one of my favorites in the whole set. The black ships on the Blood Sea, I think. So it says frogs can run on water by holding things. Let's jump sideways repeatedly with a dash. That's what we'll do. Okay, so we take the frog, and then we are supposed to bounce on the side and bounce all the way back, I think. No, because we sidestep on the water, yeah. There we go. And then the POW is going to get me through the gate. So that's how you enforce holding the POW as an item. We'll do something very similar with the piece, which is here, I'm sure. We need to remember to jump. That is kind of necessary. Anyway, that's past checkpoint after the tutorial room, so... just need to jump around and see everything as it spawns in. Whoops. Yep, Megatoro also does a couple of interesting vertical descent levels, as you can see here. This isn't the only one that we played recently. There's actually one that was quite similar in concept to the thing that I had built for 4YMM, actually, with the vines that pull you down into the abyss. Except that was a descending level as opposed to an ascending one, and so the concept played out very, very differently, and so that was a fun one to play from my perspective, just to see that tech used towards a completely different purpose. But yeah, it's kind of fun to see how this one levels out. We should have gotten a jump at the very end there just to not smack ourselves against a spike top going towards that wall. And let's just move around over here. Yeah, I was a little worried about that boo, but following the coins there, or at least trying to obtain the coins, was doing quite a lot to clean this up. Let's see if we can stay alive. I don't think so. Will be some kind of frog check by the end, I'm sure. Okay, back we go. And we'll just try to take the death gracefully. Surprisingly difficult when the water is going down with us. And yeah, this is really cool. In terms of the synchronization of objects that are falling with the water as well, it actually reminds me of a lava level that was by Mr. Electrodude. That was a little bit different because it was using falling blocks in conjunction with lava. But in terms of the synchronization of the falling fluid level and the auto-scroll, it had a very similar character to it, so... that was not well planned, that one there. I needed to probably not jump into the saw blade quite like that. So yeah, there is going to be some variation here depending on how high you're jumping when you're choosing to go up along the walls. But yeah, you can't really afford to lose speed though, because that's what happens. You do need full momentum. And filling up that P bar going in either direction, so can't really pull back on anything. You do need to just watch your step and your height. Okay, down we go. And we'll watch that boo. Kind of interesting to see boos in this context. I mean, they work very well for this, but you don't see them in this kind of level every day, that's for sure. Okay, this is further than we've gone before. This is new material we're now looking at. And, oh, whoops. Okay, that's okay, we made it out. I don't know if the frog is going to be required for this next check here. Oh, it totally is. Of course it is. So that's going to be an awe because we lost that at the very last moment. And that's okay, we'll just take the POW and restart. Let's let the P-switch expire so I actually get to the conveyor. Yeah, it just made a bit of a bad turn on the final segment when we were already at the very bottom, so... I mean, I kind of expected that it would be a frog requirement. And yeah, losing too much speed just from backing off slightly. Let's not do that. Okay, further down we go. And, nope. That's not going to work out. I don't know if I can recreate anything approximating my original pattern for clearing this. That was one that required a few very narrow escapes. I'll be playing the Week 2 levels on the Monday to Tuesday stream. So that is Monday night in North America and Tuesday morning in Europe. Same start time that I have usually here, which in Central European time is going to be 7 a.m., I think. Yeah, that's the current plan. Hopefully we'll be able to stay on schedule for that. If there are any changes to that, then I will post about it accordingly. But that's the time we went with last week, and probably for this week as well. So I'm not playing them right away on day one. And that means that any emergency day one patches can come in ahead of time. And also that some people can put in their comment artwork, which I will hopefully take the time to show off. And it also means that we can all just sit back and watch some streamers on the first day if people don't mind spoilers. I found that last week I only playtested a few of the levels, and so I did have to avoid spoilers for the puzzles in particular. So it was very nice to play them afterwards and get them out of the way so I could actually watch other streamers crash against some of that material. Particularly Grakowski's Star Puzzle level. That was a fun one to watch after I already knew the solution. And yeah, Green Star, no worries if you can only come in late, since I know you're fairly early in this week's order, I think. Might even be first. And yeah, no worries about that. I always keep the VODs of all the Mario Maker content afterwards, and so even if you don't catch it live, you'll be able to see it afterwards. That should be fine. And that's all assuming that I can keep to the current schedule, which sometimes emergencies happen and things change, so... Okay, that was close. Nope. Losing too much speed on a turnaround, I think. We were so close to getting this. Yeah, this will almost certainly be the last thing we play today. I'm not going to continue to stream past this because I'm already way over my usual expected time for how long I run. I don't know if I'll keep this format going into future weeks simply because combining viewer levels with this stream is actually maybe a little bit much for one day, but I liked how it worked out last week and this week. It's just that I can't always stay on this long. And so we'll see. Of course, I was very close to clearing this. Got all the way to the bottom a few attempts ago. Yeah, I just need a nice, smooth turnaround to maintain P-speed. Watching the P-meter all the while. Oh yeah, we lost P-meter on that turnaround. I could see that disaster coming. And yeah, thank you, Green Star, for coming by and seeing some of the levels get played. Looking forward to playing yours as well. Yeah, I might not actually be able to finish this before I have to go, but we'll try to make it happen. Nice, smooth turnaround. Nope. Sometimes we just don't hit the right height. The coin indications are supposed to help me, I think, but we don't always hit that very accurately. But yeah, they should help you synchronize a bit around the parts that are harder to deal with. We do need to maintain the speed at all costs, and so yeah, the coins that time were pretty helpful. Otherwise, we should stay fairly low. Whoops. Yeah, this is actually quite challenging if you don't have a very clear plan in mind, simply because you don't have much of an opportunity to correct your positioning in the air without losing too much momentum just by letting up a little bit on the gas or on the frog. Yeah, good coin indication there, though. That was very useful. Even as somebody who normally has a lot of trouble reading instructions of any sort. Nope, nope. Getting very trapped there. Almost to the end, though. Almost to the end. Okay. Not quite. We'll see. Closing this room out is more challenging than it looks, I think. Though we've seen the bottom twice and taken damage at the very end. Yeah, sometimes you know it's not going to happen. I think in general, you want short jumps. Yeah, because a lot of this is just figuring out how to do this precisely without losing P-speed. Because I think a lot of ordinary Mario playing habits will involve mid-air corrections that, in this case, slow you down just a little too much. Okay. Yeah, definitely, whoops. Fire segment at the end is going to be quite concerning. Again, the more time I spend in the air, the less control I have, and so that's something I should keep in mind if I'm trying to clear this. Okay, let's try it again. And yeah, going straight over both the Boo and the Saw like that doesn't work out, except that landing is not going to work out. And then that's the final segment there with the Pokey and the fire. That's pretty much all there is left. It's going to peek out at me at the very end. Nope. I was a little concerned about losing speed there, but... I'll try to fix that. Yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off in terms of the amount of control you have, the risk you take versus the amount of space you get in return. As you can see, you really have to lean into it when you go high. It's a mix of water surface and spinning spinies that make a physical collision for objects off of tracks. Let's try to think about that question. Let me see here. And hey, Electrodude, welcome back. And yeah, Electrodude, I was saying that as well. I was mentioning your lava level earlier when I started this. This is Megatoro's level. It uses the synchronization between the decreasing fluid level and the scroll, which you already know about, of course. And Nugukaza, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which part of this you're talking about. If it's... like, if it's the synchronization of the trampolines down either side that you're thinking of. Or, of course, the chomps just falling. Yeah, it is just that you have a really fast falling speed, like a scrolling... like a vertical auto-scroll along with a vertical fluid level that is sort of throwing off your expectations for the momentum of objects going down, especially if, as with the trampolines on either side, are also making contact with the surface here and synchronized accordingly. The objects flying off the tracks are interacting with the water level and spiny, it seems. Yeah, it's a synchronization thing. It's sort of an illusion, I think. But let me see if I can look at specifically what you're pointing out, because maybe I missed something that is actually a really cool but subtle part of this. Whoops. Oh, you mean that it looks like you're walking on top of them, right? It is a purely falling synchronization thing, I think, except with the... oh no, except with the way that they're walking across, like they're walking across the surface. Yeah, that is... Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about now, like with the spike tops walking across and everything kind of skimming over. It is something to do with the water kind of breaking their fall, it seems, but not actually getting them into an underwater state. I'm not exactly sure if that's... Yeah, I think Electrodude explains it a little bit better. The water falls faster than things sink, but you can see they make contact, but they are still in their regular overland state. And so they maintain that animation. Nope, still having trouble here. Yeah, some of these I really need to plan well in advance in terms of what my pattern for it is going to be. Okay, here we go. Nope, still losing too much speed. No, I know what happened there. I lost speed when I let go for a moment in midair. I can't really pull back at all. Certain items don't need to be on tracks like munchers or spike balls. Electrodude is saying. Yeah, because you had figured out how it works in lava as well. With everything being scroll aligned like this. Nope, nice short jumps, but I was backing up too early there. I needed to hit the Trampolines on either side first. And yeah, Kavik, this came out a few months ago, I think, or a few weeks ago. I hadn't played it until now, but not surprising that it would be something recognizable. Whoops. This is Megatoro. It's a fairly new one, though. I don't think it's a re-upload of something old. I think it's actually something fairly new. Okay. Try it again. Over. Now here's the really tricky part. Okay, that's part one of the really tricky part. Okay. No, right at the end. Okay. Very, very close. Like I said, if we don't get that soon, I may have to abort. Just given that I'm running like 2 hours past my usual stream time, and I did have some other things I wanted to get to. But hey, it's not my fault these are fun. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there was recently a hard mode on a Megatoro level that I was also stuck on for hours and didn't end up beating. It was the one where you have the cannonballs and Knight Airship, like the massive barrage of cannonballs that you managed to traverse. And yeah, the hard mode for that level turned out to be really interesting, but also extremely difficult. And of course, the clear rate wasn't going to tell you any information about that, so... this one, however, normal mode is giving us plenty of trouble already. Going over like that, no. Didn't quite get the bounce. Okay. Over here. Yeah, we may have to go back to this one at some point. We've reached the ending a few times. I might put in one more good attempt on it, and then we'll have to call it. Would have been nice to finish on a clear today, but luckily we did see this concept fairly thoroughly, at least, and it's a fun one to look at, even if you don't manage to clear it, so we'll just try to sort that out. See if we can get in a really solid attempt to give this a strong finish. And nope, didn't quite work out there, so we'll call it at this point. I will probably go back to this one on one of the overflow streams at some point just to finish it properly. In the meantime, though, let's see what the situation is upload-wise. Yeah, a lot of things coming up already. As you can see, Mario Regrets Taco Bell, Into the Wormhole, Cloud Killer, Deja Vu Run, New Donk Nightmare, Bullets, Totem Poles. I think there's one more to go. But everything's coming up. We have a couple of world records and first clears on all of these already. Kaito's scooping up everything here. Kavik scooping up one thing here. And Tino coming in. Everybody taking their pick. So yeah, hopefully not too many day one fixes in store for this set here, and that's going to launch in just a few hours officially. One more time for anybody who missed the details. This is the website. The trailer and the final codes are going to be posted a few hours from the stream, about 4 hours from now, I think. And we'll be playing them on the Monday PM in NA and Tuesday AM in EU stream, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. And looking forward to seeing some of you there. It's always nice to have some makers of these levels come and hang out as well. So those of you playing the levels on day one, over the course of the next day, have tons of fun. We'll catch up with you soon enough. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this extra long stream. Like I said, we might not keep this format going forward because it just runs way, way too long. Electrodude, have fun streaming the levels. And we'll send you off to somebody real soon. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. And, as always, have a great 5YM Week 2 and a good week in general. Fare thee well.